Anybody sought out Bart Stupak? Anybody remember the name Bart Stupak by any chance? Anybody asked Bart Stupak about his views on this Obama mandate regarding contraception and abortion pills? Because remember, Bart Stupak was the decisive vote for Obamacare after he was promised it wouldn't involve abortion one way or the other. I'll never forget Stupak. Got set up as the go-to guy on it, and he loved every minute of it. Bart Stupak, Obamacare hangs in the balance. Pro-life Democrat, an oxymoron. Stupak says, I'm holding out. I'm not good. If this involves abortion in any way, I'm out of here. Somebody call Bart Stupak and ask him what he thinks of this. Who's next on the phone? Dick in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I'm glad you waited. Welcome to the EIB Network. Hello, sir.
Thank you, Rush. You are truly the evangelist for the American way. I appreciate you taking my call. In your assessment of this imposition of a federal religion, you're exactly right. I'm involved in it personally right now with one of the cabinet-level member arguing this. But the other thing that has fallen aside in these two pieces of recent history with the court decision is an age-old support by the courts for communities to establish their own mores and standards. It's why communities were allowed not to have bars or strip clubs near churches and schools. It's why we don't have public sex. It's why we don't have nudity on billboards. And the California taken as a community, and that used to be the ruling, if all the people in that community were affected, and they spoke loudly, which is what a ballot does.
In fact, I can give you the phrase that the court handed out, contemporary community standards.
That's correct, and that was long upheld by the court. And in this case, it's a first reversal, and the domino effect could be just atrocious across the country. It's extraordinary. The court has always said if the people, I can't vote to say that Detroit can't do something, and the people in Sterling Heights can't dictate to people below 8 Mile. But if the whole community speaks loudly, the courts have always observed it, and this is the first time they haven't.
Well, that's true, but of course it's really not true any longer because now you got people like the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals saying that's unconstitutional.
Well, this is, Rush, not to be reactionary, but when from the federal government down starts to impose what equates to a state religion, and isn't this an impeachable offense? If a certain murder, incest,
let me put it to you this way:
general mores held by all churches stand one way, and the court says, "No, you're going to believe this." This is the argument I'm having with one of the secretaries, a cabinet member right now. I work for the federal government, and one of the things they're imposing upon us is this idea of celebrating these alternate lifestyles. And I have protested, saying, I won't bother anybody, and I'm not going to try to evangelize them, but you cannot use the force of government to make me celebrate these things.
Understand, but as it relates to your question, is it impeachable? In the instance that you've cited, even if it is, nobody's going to pursue it. Now, I don't know that what you've described rises to the level of a high crime or misdemeanor. It's just unconstitutional. You can do unconstitutional things all day until somebody stops you. A court stops you. Congress stops you. You can do unconstitutional things. This is the whole point of a loyal opposition. Obama can violate the Constitution all day long, make recess appointments when there aren't any recesses. If the people that run the Senate are not going to stand up for themselves, there's nothing to stop him. Harry Reid clearly is not going to stop him. Same party. So if the Republicans in the Senate do nothing but get on TV and issue their statements of high dudgeon, which they profoundly disrespect this callous regard for the Constitution, and they go back to the bar, nothing's going to happen to stop them. Somebody has to take action. Somebody has to implement the tools that are available to stop this. So a president can be as unconstitutional as he chooses to be until somebody tries to stop him. So, and I don't see any of that. And because it's an election year, and I'm telling you, what's governing this election year, the Republican establishment side, is fear. Fear paralyzes people. When fear becomes terror, literal paralysis takes place for a while. And well, what's the Republican Party afraid of? They're afraid of the independents. They're afraid of what the consultants are telling them about the independent, and they're afraid that they're going to be called racists if they oppose Obama too much or too loudly. And so fear has them paralyzed.